How's it going, everyone? Rico here, bringing you my no proc StamDK build for Marker DLC. Now, I've been playing for this build for some time. I had many different versions of it. This is my latest one, and I've been having fun with it. Now, I don't claim it to be the best StamDK ever, but I have to say it is fun. I'm having fun with it, and it does what it's supposed to do with no procs. I'm actually, it's very simple, and maybe that's what I like about it. Anyway, let's get into the build. So fully procced. Let's see if I can get okay, let's start with the defenses. So fully proc defenses, we have almost 4k health recovery, and that is key for this build. Is what makes us survive a lot of the pressure that we might get. We also have almost 36k spell resistance and 33 physical resistance. Now on a front bar, if we're fully buffed, we have 3800 weapon damage. I know we don't really push very high weapon damage on this build, just enough, and you'll see why with the sets. Okay, so before we get into the sets, food, Bewitch Sugar Skulls gives us tri-stat, which we really need every little bit of resource that we can, and it gives us health recovery, which I mentioned before. It is instrumental in this build. We have the tower for max stamina instead of the warrior. I'll tell you why. This is just there, we don't really use it. It just happens to be a werewolf because from before. So that being said, and our pots, we use Emove pots. It's just one of the better pots that we can get. Breaking free is almost 6,000 stamina, so this helps us a bit, right, with our sustain, since we don't have to keep breaking free every 5 seconds. And the best race will be Nord. You can use any other, but this will just be the best race just because we get rugged. So we get that extra resistances that we need. We do run the Lessians, so that helps with the Lessians. We also get max stam, and we get ultimate every time we get hit. As a StamDK, we need that ultimate. If you can, you want Undaunted. I don't have it leveled up yet, but you want Undaunted so you can get the Undaunted medal, which will help out with our max stats in every way. Having more max stats, of course, doesn't hurt. You want all your heavy armor passives, and you want medium armor. You want Windwalker and athletics. We only have one piece right now because, like I said before, it's not min-max, and even though it's not min-max, it still works just fine for me. So you can definitely push more damage and sustain and everything with if you min-max it. You want all your sword and board passives, and you want all your 2H passives. The only skill we really use in PvP will be heroic slash. You can swap things around, but that's going to be the main one, and the ultimate spread wall. Okay, so before I go into the active skills, let's go into the inventory. So we have one piece Malakath, 25%. We can't critical that. 25% more damage, but we cannot deal critical damage. Deadly Strike and Lessians gives us armor, max health, and increases our health recovery by 2% for our resistance. And then we have one piece Swarm Mothers. That is for the max stamina and max magicka. You can also use Dami Hounds if you have it. For a weapon, we have a Nirnhone Maul with a Berserker enchant. That would be the best setup for it if you can get it. On a back bar, you want a Sturdy Shield, and you actually want max health on the as the glyph. And that's because we have green blood. So for the main hand on the back bar, I just happen to have this Nirnhone already, so I just put it on. Didn't want to transmute it. But you want either decisive, powered, or defensive. Defending. Those are the best traits for that. For the armor, you will like triglyphs on all the big pieces, so head, chest, and legs. And ideally you would want, see, this is still training, I didn't min-max it, so you would want 4 sturdy and 4 will fitted. So in the armors, it will actually be 4 will fitted and 3 sturdy, and then with the shield, so it counts as armor, will also be 30, right? And that is because blocking and roll dodging is very big with this build, because it has a good small playstyle. It's very basic, but still very fun. You want robust with weapon damage glyphs for the jewelry. And the reason why we went with robust in the tower instead of the warrior and infused is because since we're heavy armor, and I've done this testing before, the difference in damage is very minimal. And the cost of sustain is just too much. So we're gonna lose too much stamina, like 4k stamina or so, just for like what, 100 points in tooltip, maybe 150. It's just not really worth it, the difference between them. So it's just better off just to have more stamina so you can sustain a little bit better. Yep. So that's what it should be. Triglyphs on the big pieces, stamina on the smaller pieces, weapon damage glyphs, all robust, tower, Nirnhoned, Maul, front bar. Pretty straightforward stuff. Now for the skills, let's go to the back bar. Spell wall, just a very nice ultimate, reflects everything. You block for free, gives us time to recover. Heroic slash, you get your minor heroism and you deal main, which helps us survive. Volatile armor is just our defense. It has a few little extras too, but it's just for the increase in physical and spell resistance. Green blood, this is our burst heal when we're very low on health, and we also get major endurance, which helps us because it relies heavy on health recovery, and we also get the minor vitality, so we get healing received by 8%. Then vigor, just our heal, and consuming trap. This is a magic ability. It's not that expensive, and the main reason we use it, one, it deals an okay amount of damage over time, but the next best thing is because it helps us with our sustain a lot. The second part is one of the main reasons why we run it. Not only because we need it to do more dot pressure, but also because of the sustain we get with it. If you see a pet which is about to die, cast it on it. If you see someone who's around the battlefield who's about to die, cast it on them. Getting very adept at using the skill can really help you sustain tremendously. Okay, so now with our front bar, we have leap. You can use either morph. I just like this morph better because of the damage shield, which helps me use it defensively as well. You're already stunned, so it's already defensively because of that, but I like the damage shield, just a little extra. Executioner, just our main attack to close skills, to close kills. Just finish people off. Venomous Claw, just our strongest dot that we have. Single target, but it puts in a little bit of work. Rally, it's our buff, right? We get major brutality, and it's also our burst heal. Noxious Breath, this is just our only AoE really that we have to put pressure. It also afflicts major breach. And we have Stone Giant. Now we have Stone Giant over D-Swing because people are very fast this patch and we are very slow. So this has a good range. It also does stagger, so it buffs our dots. And the third hit stuns, so it's also our stun. D-Swing does it as well, but I'd rather stun later into the fight when all the poisons had time to work their way in, and then you can, probably go into a leap execute for the once they hit like 30% or so. And that's pretty much it. That's how it works. It's very simple, very basic, but it works, right? And if you would like to see this build in action, I start streaming on Twitch. I don't have a fixed schedule just yet. I usually stream overnight. You can catch some videos there because they do stay recorded for like about 2 weeks or so. You can also show up, and I will be posting a video on a few matches on how the build works. Hopefully within the next few weeks or days, a couple days. Anyway, that's all that I have for now. I hope you enjoy this build, and I will see you in the next video.